What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this late night Anfield Agenda news roundup. I'm going to take you through the very latest news around Liverpool Football Club with some stories that have come out over the last few hours. We covered a lot of this stuff tonight in the late night agenda, but I don't want you guys having to sift through a nearly 2 hour long stream to find the information. So I'm going to bring it to you over the next few minutes. As always, would love to know your thoughts and everything we speak about in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. But most importantly, if you could help us out on a road to 300k by hitting that subscribe button, it will be hugely appreciated. So I'm going to start off with a story from Football Insider that said that Liverpool's revenue is expected to be a record-breaking £700 million in this last year, and that we also have no PSR financial rule concerns with what we can spend. Which to me, as a fan, makes it all the more galling that we're in this position where, once again, we're not doing anything. We've got a position on the market where some clubs can't spend money because of PSR problems, whereas we have the ability to go out there now and get a grip of the league title and get a grip of players who maybe others can't afford to put in a bid for right now. But as I sit here, still no movement on that. Still no movement on the contract situation with Virgil, with Mohammed and with Trent. And then we see Mr. Turki Al-Sheikh posting, the General Entertainment Chairman Authority of Saudi Arabia, posting Mohammed Salah in an Al-Hilal shirt. Now, for what it's worth, my take on this is that this could be a pushback, like I said earlier on. That Liverpool start speaking and briefing journalists about their interest in Kavicha Kvaratskhelia, at least that's my understanding. And then maybe this is a pushback with Salah going, well, the club might be putting it out there, they have options, but so do we. But even if that is the case, it still doesn't make me feel calm, because it's not exactly harmonious, is it? If one side's doing this, another side's doing the other, it's not exactly a respectful process that looks like it's close to a conclusion. So I'm concerned that maybe the club are going to try and cheap out here, and perhaps we don't get an offer that Mohamed Salah deems fair. Maybe that's the case with Virgil, and I don't know what Trent, as I've said all the way through. Now, there is a bit of a breaking story around Liverpool's interest in a left-back, and I'm going to move on to speak about that now. So this piece here said, Liverpool planning to gazump rivals and sign Milos Kerkez. It said Liverpool, City and United have already started to make contact with the players' representatives, and it's understood that he favours a move to Anfield over the Manchester clubs. Anfield Sector posted this on X with a link to the journalist in question, MSI Douglas. Sam Maguire then came in. Sam Maguire also gave a little bit of perspective on this. About Milos Kerkez, Sam said he recently changed agents, now represented by the same agency as Federico Chiesa. Add to this, of course, the fact that we know Richard Hughes was involved in the process of bringing Milos Kerkez into Bournemouth, so let's wait and see what happens, but it does look like it will be a summer deal. They have brought in Julio Soler, I think his name is, from Lanos, but I think the plan is to bed him in over the rest of the season and then maybe move Kerkez on in the summer for the 50 million valuation. This other piece here from the same journalist, and again Anfield Sector posting it, say, if a move for Kerkez does not materialise for whatever reason, Wolves' Ray Aït-Nouri is thought to be next on Liverpool's hit list. However, Hughes, however, is understood to be prioritising another Kerkez swoop. But that wasn't the only link to Liverpool and a left-back today. There was also another story coming out of Lecce that said Liverpool are interested in signing Patrick Dorgu for €40 million. Now, as I mentioned earlier on in the video today, he is 20 years of age, plays for Lecce, is a Danish international, and €40 million sounds quite interesting with regards to evaluation, so certainly would be in our ability to do it if financially if we wanted to. Also, Lecce being an Italian club, I'm sure Richard Hughes has an extensive knowledge of football in Italy and a scouting network there that would have given him the heads up on whether this guy is good enough or not. Moving on, I want to talk about, I guess, Arsenal closing in the title race a little bit, because fans are understandably getting a bit antsy, and I can understand it. They're the only winners of this round of games with regards to the title race, because we drew, Chelsea drew, City drew, and then Arsenal got a win tonight in the North London Derby, which moves them to within 4 points of us. Now, we do have a game in hand, and it's important that we keep speaking about this, but what we can't do is give them any encouragement. So Arsenal fans over the past 24 hours, as an example, have seen them win the North London Derby, have heard that they're likely going to sign Zubimendi in the summer, and there's just nothing but goodwill and positivity at the club. On the other side of the fence, we've got Liverpool coming off the back of some shaky results, with contract situations that haven't been resolved, other than the cheapness of the owners being the reason why, and that is my full belief that is them lowballing these lads and them not accepting the deals. Now we see talk about Salah going to Saudi out there. Trent still hasn't committed, and we're all supposed to believe that everything's tickety-boo behind the scenes and there's no reason to have any concern. It's nonsense, and it needs to be called out. Because, yes, the league title's in our hands right now, and we certainly can go and do this and get over the line. But we don't want to fall over the line. We want to make sure that we do this, because look at our running at the end of the season. It is a tricky one. So we want to build up a bit of a points buffer, in my opinion. I want to move on, though, to Danny Murphy, who believes he has the obvious, or knows the obvious, Mohamed Salah replacement. He said that he thinks Liverpool should go and sign Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Now, can totally understand where Danny's coming from with regards of the player. May or may not be good enough, but there isn't 1 ounce of me that believes that John W. Henry and FSG are going to sanction a fee that would take to get Rodrigo out of Real Madrid. None. Zero. Same with the Kvaratskhelia stuff. I never understand how those links suddenly came out and all of a sudden transfer that nobody knew anything about hours beforehand. Everybody knew everything about Liverpool's interest in, only for, again, that seemingly to come to nothing. Florian Plettenberg has said, and you might have heard this before, Liverpool are keeping a close eye on Martin Zubimendi's situation. A close eye. I've heard that somewhere before, right? Monitoring FC and all of that. So right now, my take is that Liverpool are in a position where it's still in our own hands. And if we do win it, we need to be proactive and make sure that we build up this points buffer. And that we do go out there and use our ability to have no PSR issues or anything in the market and flex our financial muscle. If we don't, then what's the point? We know as fans that the club saved a load of dough in the summer when Thiago's contract, Joel Matip's contract and Adrian San Miguel's contract came to an end. We know that they haven't given new contracts to the 3 players. That's been spoken about since last summer as the first thing Richard Hughes needed to do. So what are they doing? And what's going on with Chiesa? Is him and Elliott just getting shunned now? Because if we're carrying players in the squad that the manager doesn't trust, what's the point of that? There are so many things that just aren't adding up. And none of us want issues. All of us want everything to be harmonious and Liverpool to be doing well. And in some extent we are on the pitch. But it can be better. And we need to stop undermining ourselves. And the club need to be part of this. And it's the owners. It's their cheapness. As many have said, Richard Hughes, Michael Edwards can only operate in the constraints financially given to them by these owners. And these owners don't have the stomach for the fight, in my opinion. They don't have a desire to want Liverpool to be successful. They have a desire to want their asset to grow. And that's my honest take on it, like it always has been. So now it's over to you. Let me know your thoughts. I will see you tomorrow for the late night agenda, as always, and a news video coming out tomorrow afternoon. Thank you to everyone that's been so kind to us in the comments, that's been having our back lately. We do appreciate it. We're going to carry on doing what we think is best, which is being honest in our opinions, and hope you guys stick with us for the journey. Love you all to bits. Thank you for your support, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Take care.